All right, so we saw how this chatbot works, how you can ask it questions and you can get answers that are based on these very long documents. And so now I'm going to show you how I set this up. Okay, so the first thing to know is this is using a tool called the Assistance API, which is a tool provided by OpenAI. And basically, what this does is it lets you build AI assistants that you can then instruct to respond based on certain instructions, and you can also provide them with knowledge. So I'll show you the one I created for Strong North Tahoe, and that's here. So basically, it's a pretty simple setup. You just give it a name, and now instructions are really important. I've probably tweaked these, I don't know, 50 times. But basically, you tell it, okay, what kind of an assistant you are. It's almost like you imagine that you are hiring someone to work for you, and you are telling them this is your job. So here I'm saying you're an expert on the Strong Towns approach and how it applies to North Lake Tahoe. Give it a little bit of information. I talk about the core insights of the Strong Towns approach. And then I say your responses should be informed by key regional planning documents, vision plans, content from the website, and documents detailing the Strong Towns approach. I'm saying you shouldn't reference these documents in their responses because it doesn't really work very well quite yet with the chat tools. So in any case, some of the instructions you do and put in here are just meant to optimize the answers that the user sees without including weird characters and stuff. And so then of course I always tell it to be accurate because these tools sometimes if you don't tell them this explicitly, they'll just kind of make stuff up sometimes. I always tell it to respond in simple language, keeping it brief and to the point. And you also typically give it an example structure. So I give it the structure, and then I'll actually give it now an example question response format. So this is just would be an example of how does the 39 degrees north development proposed for Kings Beach align with Strong Towns. And so it's just kind of showing, this example here. Okay, so once that's done, once you've created those instructions, the other key part of this is your knowledge base. And so I can see right now in here, I've got a 3 megabyte knowledge base, and this is composed of a bunch of these different documents. So I've got Placer County Resort Triangle Transportation Plan, Tourism Master Plan, TRPA Regional Transportation Plan. Here's pages from the Strong North Tahoe website, Kings Beach Vision Plan, and you can just add as many things as you want here. But basically what happens is you can add additional files, and what those do, they get kind of broken into little pieces, and then when you have a user ask a question, it goes and it kind of searches through all those little pieces, and it actually now becomes informed by what you share with it. And some of this other stuff goes into, this is kind of like more technical detail here. Code interpreter, this just means that people are able to, let's say, upload a PDF and ask it for a summary, stuff like that. But this is really the basics of setting up this assistant. So once you've set up your assistant, the other important thing now is going to be how do you actually get this assistant onto your website? And I'll share that in the next video.